What's up, everybody? We are back here for part 2 of my story. So I joined the Army at 18, right? I was kind of forced into that decision, so we'll talk about that. And we're going to transition from my childhood. So my mom had beat up her ex-boyfriend. And this man had moved us out of our house, and we were living in a shithole. As I mentioned, we were, Section 8 housing, WIC, welfare, and she had met this man. And let's just be honest, not the most attractive person in the world, right? And she wasn't attracted to him. She was interested in one thing. What could he provide for her? Okay? So, basically, she had wanted to leave. And she had said something that was basically really inappropriate that she claimed that he said. But keep in mind, I take everything my mom says with a grain of salt, because she also said some very inappropriate things about me, right? So that were never true. Probably couldn't put what she said here online. Maybe, I don't know, a private channel, I don't know, because it gets very graphic. But she made some claims that if they were true, any real parent would either hurt that person or call the police. And she did neither of those, right? So she informs me that she's gonna rob this guy, and I had talked about it on some of my videos, but now we're doing the YouTube series. So basically, I came to him and told him, hey, my mom plans to rob you, okay? Because I'm an honest person, and I didn't like the fact that she wanted to do that to him. When he took us out of our situation, he bought us nice furniture, put us in a nice big house in Menifee, and so I helped him move out his couch, his furniture that he bought for them, just his stuff, his TV. And my mom came home and was really angry that he took that stuff, which was his. And because narcissists, manipulators believe that everything is theirs. And might be fast forwarding a little bit, but my mom had eventually stole my grandma's house that has Alzheimer's. She's since now deceased. But I want to jump the gun. But basically, she comes home, she gets angry, and I think he had her computer bag in the car, so she wakes up. He wakes him up, and he's sleeping on the air mattress downstairs. First mistake. You took the stuff, you probably should have left, because I don't think he knew the person that he was dealing with, right? So she wakes him up, but has a bat in her hand, and she kicks him and prods him with the bat, and he had been drinking, right? So she fucking hits his legs to get the bag, and he gets up, and she fucking golf swung, hit him in the head, boom. And aftermath, we were able to see that he had this fat knot like this big, like a baseball, because she hit him hard. So he got up, and I'm in we're in a nice house, so there was a balcony upstairs I could see down into the living room, and he chased her into the kitchen. I remember her, and I'm 16, 17, I don't remember what age, probably 17. Yeah, definitely 17. So he chases her into the kitchen, and I hear her screaming, Stevie! And I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm like, I am not going down there to defend your ass when you started this, right? And she swears up and down like she was defending herself. No, you weren't. I'm not. She still tries to rewrite that story to this day. She's in my comments, attacking me, say I'm a liar, but I'm not. I don't lie. And so I call the police. What she showed me to do all my life. She would call anytime something happens, call the police. And it's so funny because manipulators will pick and choose when they want to do the right thing or wrong thing, but as long as it benefits them, that's the right thing. And I know a lot of you guys deal with this too. So call the police. She goes to jail, and I'm in a weird transition of I go to my aunt and uncle, and I'm gonna live there with them. And she wreaks havoc over there, give me my son back. and they forced me out to leave. But his name is Bob. Bob gives me a place to stay. He gives me money, and this is what I'm saying. Like, these people will make up stories. So she claims that Bob is doing inappropriate things with me, and Bob never did. Bob gave me a place to stay. He gave me money. He gave me a car, and we'll always be grateful for that man for doing that. But I do find myself asking why he did that. But now looking back as an adult, my mom was trying to claim that he hit her, and a domestic charge in California carries a heavy prison sentence if convicted. So he gave me a place to stay, and now looking back, it was just to shield me from her, because my mom tries to get people to lie for her, and these people never want to deal with the consequences of their own actions, which they cause. So he gave me a place to stay for like 6 months, and he gave me, he's a grown man. He got a girlfriend, and at some point it was like, you can't take care of this grown man forever. I see it looking back now. I see it, but his girlfriend at the time was like, what are you doing? You getting a job? And keep in mind, this was in 2007, and the financial crisis was starting to happen, the recession. So I'm applying. I just couldn't get a job, right? And I remember being up late one night and talking to one of my buddies, and he was like, hey, the Army's giving me 20 grand to leave. And I'm like, I need 20 grand. I'm like, I'm not going to school. I'm not doing anything. I need 20 grand. So I go talk to the recruiter, and he's like, yeah, you tested, I don't know if I got like a 77 in ASVAB or something like that. You tested pretty high. And I remember my real father telling me, like, hey, you don't let the Army use you. You want to go there and get your benefits and go to school and do those things, but being an infantryman doesn't translate to anything. So I tested pretty high, and I ended up picking a job as like a communication specialist. My friends used to tease me, like, because it was a 25 P10, and it was a microwave systems communication specialist, something like that. So my friends would tease me and say, like, what are you doing, microwaving the general's burritos? So go to boot camp, and I'm sorry, fast forward. They gave me a bonus if I would leave in 7 days, which was 24 grand. And so I remember going to MEPS, and I talk about this too on TikTok and Instagram. I remember going to MEPS, and man, it's a nerve-wracking thing to like give your life away, because I came from a single mommy household, so everything I'm doing, the Army, all this stuff is very different from the way I was raised. Like, my mom didn't teach me any good values. If you don't want to do something, don't do it, right? Like, really keeping me from growing into manhood. Try to control me. Always wanted me to be there, basically being her little slave, taking care of the kids and doing whatever she needed. But there was nothing. I'm like, there's nothing for me here. Like, I don't want the life that you have. Don't want to listen to you. I'm like, I have to go make my own way. Something was telling me. And now I look back at everything in my life was like God guiding me, right? And I want to go make my own way. I want to do my own thing. I want to go to school. I don't want to be in debt. The Army offered me 24 grand, pay for my school. And so I go to sign the paperwork, and my mom, I remember that phone call vividly. Like, Mom joined the Army. Are you fucking dumb? Do you want to fucking die in Iraq? You're going to fucking die in Iraq, you dumb motherfucker. And I just hung up the phone. And I remember, like, on the way back from the recruiter's office, because it was like, or MEPS in San Diego, and I'm going back home, and I just remember laying down in the back seat and being so sick to my stomach, because it's like, my mom had put this extreme fear in me, like I was going to die, right? And so I was worried. I mean, who wouldn't be? Completely different. You got multiple wars going on. But I did it anyways. And like, there was something like, looking back now, there was a guy that I follow, I can't remember his name, but he was like, like, the difference between a hero and a coward is one just shows up, and that still like kind of resonates with me, and I still hear it all the time, because I showed up that day and I did it. And I went to the Army, and terrified. And I was not athletic. My mom didn't have me in any kind of sports. I grew up with all women. You know, I was this tall, fucking fat kid with a big belly, skinny as shit. Didn't run, didn't do any push-ups. So the military was really hard for me. And boot camp was hard. I barely passed it. And then I go to AIT, and I barely passed that physically. You know, almost got held back. Crazy fucking story though. Let's talk about it. So at the end of AIT, they basically give you like we got like a 4-day. So we had to be back on Sunday night. So I don't know if it was like Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday we had to be back. And one of my buddies wasn't gonna make it, so he wanted to go home. He lived in Corpus Christi, Texas, and he was like, "Hey, I got a beach house. You can come stay there." You know, and you know, here's the thing: is like, you know, when you're naive and you're young, I mean, like, I really believe people because I'm trustworthy and honest, but doesn't mean everybody else is. And so he told my buddy the same thing, but my other buddy lived in some other part of Texas, so we dropped him off. But there's like key little things of where we should have known what was going wrong. And so we go, "Hey, just pay for gas there. I'll get it on the way back." Red flag. And then we get there, and you know, he takes me to this house, and right before we get there, he's like, what did he say? He was like, "Oh, my parents have the beach house rented." And I'm like, "Wow, okay, well, what do we do? We got to get a hotel. Can you pay for it?" And I'm like, "Okay," like, and he's like, "I'll bring some girls over there." And I'm like, "All right, fine." You know, I'm like, again, trusting. He's telling the truth. And it was so funny. I remember the girls that he brought over, he brought me over, let's say a bigger than normal girl, and didn't want any part of that. So, and I took my butt to bed, but I'm sorry, but before we got the hotel room, we went to his a house. I'm sure it was probably his house, but I don't know. But as soon as we got there, "Hey, do you want some Coke?" Where the fuck did you just take me? You know. So all this is happening, and then Saturday night comes around where we're supposed to be leaving, and he tells me he's not going back. And I'm like, "What the fuck do I do? What do I do?" And so my buddy was like, "Hey, buy us tickets out of this place in Texas." And I did, because he was like, "I'll drive you. Don't worry, I'll drive you anywhere." He didn't drive me anywhere. He got high and was like, "I'll take you to the closest airport. I'm not driving you 2 hours away." And it's just like one thing after another. And so my buddy was like, "Well, just cancel the tickets." So I canceled the tickets. Now I'm at the airport that he dropped me off trying to buy tickets. And keep in mind, I'm 18. I have one bank account. That's it. I don't have credit cards yet or anything like that because they won't give me credit. And so I try to buy the plane ticket. I don't know, it might be 11 o'clock at night, 10 o'clock at night, something like that. And now my card's not working because there's a hold. Because I bought those tickets and canceled it. I cannot make this stuff up. It is with one thing after another. And I have to call my mom, who I don't have the best relationship with. And she held that over me for years because she bought me the plane ticket that I paid her back too. It's like these people try to hold things over you. And I make it back to formation, like, I don't know, 5 minutes before I had to be there. Barely had enough time to put my uniform on. And like, I remember being in the airport and they were swabbing me down for like explosives and stuff. And I remember thinking like, okay, yeah, it's gonna come back. I mean, we're just out in the field, we're just shooting guns, we're just doing all these things, like, and it was just wow. And I'm like, you know, but it's funny looking back now. So I didn't realize my Army stories were going to take up so much time. So there's going to be a second YouTube video about this. But enjoy this one. Get ready for the next one. Peace.